love in the midst of an unimaginable act of hate will never fade.
New details emerge about the Las Vegas massacre. Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, we have the latest on what's now the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history.
And find out how people are coming together right here in Indiana to help those victims move forward.
And will the rain be returning back to the forecast? It's raining in the Central Plains. We'll be talking more about this in full weather.
This is NewsLink Indiana breaking news.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Cameron DeBlasio.
And I'm Brittany Ehrman. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with breaking news. The largest mass shooting in U.S. history. 59 people are dead and 527 are injured after a sniper opened fire on a Jason Aldean concert in Las Vegas.
Police say the shooter was perched on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. The shooter's hotel room overlooked the outdoor concert venue. We want to take a look now at some video from the incident, and we do want to warn you what you're about to see can be difficult to watch. Now, police have identified the shooter as 64-year-old Stephen Paddock. Officials found at least 20 firearms in Paddock's hotel room, 2 of which were on tripods. They say he checked into the hotel on Thursday, bringing in all the weapons and ammunition himself. President Trump addressed the nation this morning, calling for unity after this tragic event.
It was an act of pure evil. Our unity cannot be shattered by evil. Our bonds cannot be broken by violence. And though we feel such great anger at the senseless murder of our fellow citizens, it is our love that defines us today.
Police say they found 18 additional firearms, ammunition, and explosives in Paddock's home. As of 6 o'clock tonight, police say they are investigating 4 separate crime scenes: Paddock's hotel room, the concert venue, and 2 separate homes believed to be owned by Paddock.
Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb responded to the attack via Twitter this morning. Holcomb tweeted on behalf of himself and his wife, saying, quote, "Janet and I are praying for the victims and families of the senseless attack in Las Vegas. Our thoughts are with the city as it tries to heal."
Now, Jason Aldean, who was headlining the concert when the shooting took place, also responded today. The country singer said, quote, "Tonight has been beyond horrific. I still don't know what to say, but wanted to let everyone know that me and my crew are safe. My thoughts go out to everyone involved tonight. It hurts my heart that this would happen to anyone who was just coming to enjoy what should have been a fun night. Hashtag heartbroken, hashtag stop the hate."
And you know, Brittany, with more than 500 people in the hospital after this attack, some of which are being treated in critical condition, the need for blood has never been greater.
You're absolutely right, Cameron. Hundreds of more people lined the streets of Las Vegas today to help. Now you can see community members were lined up and down the block to donate blood for those injured in the hospital. The Indiana region of the American Red Cross released a statement today saying, quote, "We stand ready to provide blood and blood products as needed in response to this tragedy. The Red Cross is grateful for all donors who generously give blood and platelets throughout the country."
If you're interested in donating blood, we have more information on where and how you can do that at ballstatedaily.com.
And more with breaking news within the last half hour. A woman was reportedly stabbed twice in the stomach.
It happened in the parking lot of Gillespie Tower Apartments. That's located in the 700 block of Jackson Street. NewsLink's Emerson Lehman is at the scene now. Emerson, what can you tell us?
Well, thank you, Cameron and Brittany. We're here on the 700 block of West Jackson Street here in Muncie at the Gillespie Towers apartment complex, where reports of a stabbing came in at about 8:20 p.m. this evening. Now, the Delaware County Dispatch did confirm that the reports of a stabbing did come in this evening. Not much information has been given besides that. We can tell you that the stabbing did take place. Now, there is a car here in the parking lot, as you see behind me. Police have taken some interest in that car. It seems to be abandoned. It seems to be involved in the investigation. However, police are not able to confirm that at this time. However, we can confirm as well that the Muncie Police Department as well as EMS were first to arrive to the call, which again came in at 8:20 p.m. this evening at the Gillespie Apartments. We will get you more information when we have that. The story is developing. For now, live in Muncie, Emerson Lehman, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, thank you, Emerson. And we will be sure to bring you more information within the hour as that story develops. Be sure to check ballstatedaily.com for any additional updates.
Well, Governor Eric Holcomb says Indiana's future success is threatened by opioid-related addiction in the state. Holcomb wrote a weekend opinion piece that appeared in newspapers, including the Indianapolis Star, saying state officials must aggressively attack substance abuse. He says the epidemic threatens the state's economy and workforce after opioid-related deaths jumped 52% between 2015 and 2016. Last month, Holcomb named Dr. Christina Box as the new state health commissioner who will focus on reducing the impact of the opioid crisis.
And the Ball State University Police Department is on its toes after a recent rise in reported theft from vehicles near Ball State's campus. NewsLink Indiana's Jordan Nemeth has that story.
Within the last week, the Ball State University Police Department has received 2 confirmed thefts from vehicles, in addition to 3 reports of vehicles being rifled through with no items taken. University Police Chief Jeff Duckham says the UPD is taking measures in order to prevent this from happening.
We have a proactive patrol, as you would imagine, where our officers are in the neighborhoods, work both on foot and in vehicle.
Audrey Sullivan, a Ball State University freshman, is a student with a car here on campus. Sullivan says she acknowledges the risk students take with having a car with them here.
It's kind of scary, knowing that there are people around here that are willing to do that. But it is a college campus, and there's a risk in doing anything.
Chief Duckham says there are precautions that students can take to prevent this from happening to them.
We would ask first that they lock their vehicles. Certainly don't leave valuables in there like if jewelry, laptops, cell phones, iPads, that type of stuff. Certainly don't leave them visible. If you have to leave your laptop in there, don't just leave it on the front seat of your car. Maybe put it underneath a jacket or something like that, or put it in the trunk, better yet.
If within the patrol area of the University Police Department, you can call their office with any reports you may have. In Muncie, Jordan Nemeth, NewsLink Indiana.
For more information, you can go ahead and visit the Ball State Police Department's Facebook page.
Ball State University sent out its 5th email Sunday regarding a report of a sexual assault in an on-campus residence hall. According to the email, the assault happened Friday and the suspect is known to the victim. There is no open investigation and the victim did not request one. On September 27th, the university sent a notice about a reported fondling incident that also occurred in a residence hall. Earlier in September, 2 sexual assaults were reported off campus. Now, these incidents come as the university is already under federal investigation into the mishandling of a sexual assault that occurred last academic year.
A report of shots fired shut down the Ball State campus for about an hour early Sunday morning. Police were called to the 1000 block of West Ashland Avenue shortly after midnight. Witnesses told the Ball State Daily News they heard about 10 gunshots, but officers were not able to find any bullet casings. Police eventually arrested Quentin Wills, and he was preliminarily charged with carrying a handgun without a license. However, he has denied firing any shots.
Well, Brittany, when preparing for an upcoming performance, rehearsals start long before performers take the stage. And in May, one group of actors will be entertaining an audience at the Muncie Civic Theater, and for many of them, it will be their first time under the lights.
And NewsLink Indiana's Esther Bauer explores how a local theater troupe is giving one group of people the chance to shine.
At Barrier Free, rehearsals are in full swing. From warm-ups to role-playing, these actors are on a voyage to the stage. And while their on-stage production is important, what really matters is the journey along the way. All the actors in Barrier Free have some sort of disability, but Barrier Free uses drama therapy to help capitalize on their abilities instead. Tristina Marie is the founder of the program and believes theater gives people an opportunity to have a voice.
That was one goal that I really try to execute in every season of Barrier Free is how do you use your voice to advocate for your life, for yourself.
Marie ensures actors' voices are heard by allowing the actors to create the theme of the play. She assesses similarities in the group and uses those to craft a play they can relate back to their everyday lives.
What drama therapy provides is a space for you to learn through role play and through story.
Corey Jones is in his 3rd season acting with Barrier Free and encourages others to get involved.
It'll help them not sit at home and just come here and hang out with the rest of their friends.
With smiles shining and cheers ringing through the room, drama therapy speaks volumes about using theater to turn disabilities into a backdrop and abilities into what steals the show. In Muncie, Esther Bauer, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, a nice uplifting story there, Brittany. And one of the bright spots today, I guess, would be the weather. And over this past weekend, too, I mean, it was just beautiful out.
It was. And I really want to know, Nathan, are we going to expect these temperatures for the next week, or are we expecting some rain? What can you tell us?
Cameron, Brittany, we are going to need to soak up the sun while we still have a chance. This is the rainfall that'll be making its way to central Indiana in the later part of the week. We're currently sitting at 70 degrees with winds out of the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour. We're going to tracking a fall-like weekend ahead. The heat returning back to that forecast, and also some of those rain chances and how long they will last in the forecast.
All right, anxious to hear more, Nathan. Thank you. Well, coming up, a local brewing company has reopened at a new location.
And a Muncie woman is using some unique ingredients for a local store. We'll show you more coming up.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Now, a local business is celebrating a new location, Brittany.
And the Garden Brewing Company held its ribbon-cutting ceremony over the weekend. It's a company that is independently owned and run by two Muncie residents who simply wanted to sell beer. They started off at a small location on the White River Plaza. Due to excess sales, they had to relocate to a larger location. And the Guardian Brewing Company is now located in the Magix Makerspace at Madison and Jackson Streets.
Well, you know, it may be October, Brittany, but it's never too early to talk about Christmas, right?
You know, with you, I have to disagree with that because it's
all
a bit, or there's leaves on the ground. I need snow,
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
But there's people in Muncie that certainly disagree with that and agree with me. So NewsLink Indiana's Lexi Shield has the story on how one Muncie charity is working to make some families' Christmas one to remember.
Secret Families serves to provide a complete Christmas to deserving families in the Muncie community. President Al Holdren has more on the history behind Secret Families.
It all went back to my father, who passed away about 8 years ago. My dad died when he was 88 years old, yet still talked about the Christmas before he died, talked about there were years, and he was a child of the Depression, that there were multiple years that they had no Christmas. So we've always done this kind of in Dick Holdren's honor.
Participants were given the chance to shoot a 12-gauge shotgun, and winners were given a prize.
We thought with the turkey shoot, you know, they get a gift card at Meyer to get a turkey for Thanksgiving.
The turkey shoot, gun raffle, and live auction raised $7,000. All proceeds went towards the Secret Families Christmas charity. In Eaton, Lexi Sheely, NewsLink Indiana.
And if you want information about how you can donate to Secret Families, we have a link on our website at ballstatedaily.com. Now, Muncie Woman's desserts have a unique ingredient. Tipsy Turvey's pup cakes use craft beer to get flavor. Laura Turvey started her business 1 year ago after baking for several years for friends and family. She uses local beers from places such as New Corner and the Guardian Brewing Company in her creations. Now, so far, she has used 45 different beers in her pup cakes and fudge. There are 8 to 12 beers that she is working with consistently.
Most breweries offer flights of their beers, which is an entire sampling of what they have to offer. And I will go down with my little notebook, looking like a crazy person, and take notes on what I like and what flavor profiles I pull out, and I decide what I can work with.
Well, those look pretty good, but if you want to order pup cakes, you can call 317-345-3610 or visit the Minnetrista Farmers Market.
Well, Brittany, an American icon is fighting for his life tonight.
Wow. NewsLink Indiana's Alicia Ruggs is live in the newsroom with more. Alicia?
American singer and songwriter Tom Petty was found unconscious and in full cardiac arrest in his Malibu home Sunday night. He was then taken to the hospital on life support. When Petty arrived, he was reported to have no brain activity. A report initially indicated Petty had died. However, after what was called a miscommunication, and Petty's condition is now unclear. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers wrapped their 40th anniversary tour last week. Alicia Ruggs, live in the newsroom, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, thank you very much, Alicia. Nathan, what is coming up in weather, my friend?
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. The first chance is going to be the rain showers that'll move into our area. That'll include some thunderstorms. We'll track the timing when we come back on NewsLink, Indiana.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Cameron, I have to say this is going to sound weird, okay? But I really have to get away from the warm temperatures and we have to move in the fall. I'm tired.
I completely agree
I'm
with
tired.
you. I'm done with the warm temperatures and I want more of what we had this weekend.
Absolutely.
For sure. So Nathan, what's coming up? What do we have moving forward?
Good
here?
news.
Cameron, Brittany, this past weekend was picture perfect for everyone involved. It was great to see a lot of the Instagram and Twitter photos coming into NewsLink Indiana weather regarding the fall foliage. We're getting into that time of year where the leaves are really beginning to transition. However, changing the focus. Third driest September on record. Now we're tracking the rainfall that'll move into Indiana later this week. We'll have complete timing on that in just a second. However, highs today did warm right back up into the 80s. 81 degrees here in Muncie, 79 in Fort Wayne, 80 degrees in Indianapolis. You notice way off into Illinois and places like Champaign, 85 degrees today, and those warm temperatures are headed our way. Talking about September records, it was definitely a warm September overall. 3 days in a row where the high temperatures hit 93 degrees, breaking all those previous records, and that's just fresh into the newsroom from the National Weather Service over this past weekend. Current temperatures overall at this time, 70 degrees in Muncie, 68 in Indianapolis, 68 in places like Lafayette, still mild out off to the west. Lows tonight are expected to drop to 59 degrees here in Muncie, 55 in Fort Wayne, 58 in Kokomo, 60 degrees in Indianapolis. For downtown Muncie this evening, temperatures are expected to stay a little bit warmer. This is the urban heat island effect, which allows temperatures to be just a tad warmer in the city limits, but 63 by 11 p.m., 61 with clear skies by 1 a.m. And PrecisionCast is going to paint this picture and really time out this rainfall. We're going to see cloud cover begin to build into the area by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening. By 9 a.m. on Wednesday, you notice that we have scattered rain showers begin to develop. A few of these could produce thunderstorms in which we could be dealing with those impacts from that, but rainfall will be scattered in nature and will be locally heavy at times. For tomorrow, we are expecting clear conditions for majority of the day. Temperatures will get to 78 by noon. By the time we get to 3 p.m. tomorrow, we are looking at temperatures to warm up to 83 degrees. Another decent day. However, you notice we throw that chance of rainfall back into the forecast. We could see a few scattered rain showers between 3 and 9 p.m. and then well into the late evening hours tomorrow evening and into the daytime for Wednesday. And for tomorrow night, we are expecting temperatures to cool back off again, mid-60s here at East Central Indiana, 64 in Muncie, 64 in Fort Wayne, 64 in Indianapolis, cooler temperatures to the south. And in your 7-day forecast, we're tracking some changes to that forecast. Like we said, for Wednesday, the scattered rain showers return back to the forecast with a high of 81. For Thursday, once again, a chance of scattered rain showers are possible with a high of 79. For Friday, this is where we're tracking the biggest chance of seeing some thunderstorms develop with a 60% chance of seeing rain, 74 by the time we get to Friday. And then look, as we head into the weekend, we have partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the mid-70s. However, we cannot rule out the chance of a stray shower or two on Saturday into Sunday, but nothing to wash out any of the fall activities that you may have planned for the weekend. Looking pretty good early next week, level back out just in time as we start the month of October and get settled in.
Okay, Nathan, so it's looking like I have to deal with those summer temperatures now, and then the weekend comes and I get my fall temperatures.
Exactly. It's what's called a trade-off almost with the weather.
And we'll definitely take that for sure, Nathan. Thank you very much. And then, Sam, turning to sports now, we had great weather this past weekend, but that didn't really help the Ball State football team.
Yeah, that's right, guys, unfortunately. So coming up in sports, we talk about the Ball State football struggles against Western Michigan, but also the bright future ahead for the Cardinal offense.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching. So it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back. I'm Samantha Johnson with a look at tonight's NewsLink Indiana sports. It was a long weekend for Ball State football after a grueling loss to defending MAC champion Western Michigan. With a final score of 55-3 in the books, the Cardinals are eager to write a new chapter for the season. Now, very few things went right for the Cardinals on either side of the ball. A normally first rush team found success in the air by passing for 245 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, despite having more possession time than the Broncos, the Cards only had 238 yards of total offense. The Cardinals struggled on third downs as well, only converting 7 of their 19 opportunities. But it wasn't all bad news for Ball State. There are positives to take away from this game. Compared to other teams, the defense was quite successful against the run, only allowing 169 yards, while other teams allowed an average of 219. And despite not having any in the game against Western Michigan, Ball State is still tied for 12th in the nation in sacks. NewsLink caught up with Ball State's Anthony Winbush on what the team needs to work on in the coming weeks.
To tackle more. I feel like last game we missed a couple, and work on more communication. Even though we have been good at it, just you can never have too much communication. So tackling communication is like really our main thing this week.
Now, one young Cardinal has been making his mark on the offensive side of the ball, and that man is Justin Hall. Hall is a true freshman who quickly became the quarterback's best friend in the wide receiver spot. With more than 18 receptions, more than any receiver on the team, it's safe to say Hall is the favorite target for Ball State quarterbacks. His success has led him to the top of the charts not only on Ball State's stat sheets, but also in the nation. Hall leads all freshmen in receiving yards with 431, which puts him in the top 25 amongst all receivers in the FBS. The next closest freshman has nearly 50 yards fewer than Hall. So guys, the team will be traveling to Akron this weekend, and obviously the Cardinals will be counting on Hall, Winbush, and the team overall to continue their success on the field.
And it's definitely nice to take some positives away from something like last weekend.
Absolutely. On to the next game. They're going to keep rolling.
For sure, absolutely. Thank you, Sam.
All right, sounds good. And Nathan, let's take one last look at that weather.
Well, coming up, we'll actually have our final look at weather after the break.
We'll
now,
do that
stay
after
tuned,
the break.
Stay tuned.
Jump at the gun a little bit when we come back.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
All right, welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Now we're going to take that last look at weather. So Nathan, what can you tell us?
It's a last look that we're going to need, especially if you're planning for the rest of the week. If you have any fall activities planned outdoors, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are not the days to do that. The rain chances return back to the forecast starting on Wednesday and continue into the weekend. Temperatures, however, will remain much warmer and above average for the month of October.
All right, thank you very much, Nathan. Well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 right here on Cardinal Vision or online at ballstatedaily.com.
And be sure to go ahead and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a wonderful night.